everyone. Welcome everyone to Divine I Am. My name's Lisa Huber, and I'm so very excited today for our guest. She is an author. She has written 2 books on, excuse me for a second, Nature's Guardians and Ascending with Unicorns. And she is a spiritual channel, earth wisdom keeper, a world-respected earth healer on a dragon channel, and she founded in 2007 Elemental Beings, and in 2013 the dragons asked her to form the Dragon Wisdom School, which is why we are here today to discuss the dragons. We're so excited, and please welcome Alphedia Arara Kenchington. Yay! Thanks for being
here. Thank you very much for having me on, Lisa. Welcome to everybody as well. I am Alphedia and I live in Scotland, just an hour north of the English border. And tonight we are going to talk about working with dragons. So I am a channel. I started channeling, being able to hear beings in other realms after a near-death experience in 2004 when I was seriously ill. I was unable to move. I was bedridden, unable to move for over a year, unable to tolerate light for 3 years, as it turned out, until I met my husband, Oringus, who's a homeopath, an amazing healer. And he cured my eyes when our National Health Service said they were 25 years away from doing that. So I got my sight back. And I wrote this first book, Messages from Nature's Guardians. And it was about all the different experiences that I was having with the elemental beings. I'm an environmental scientist to trade. So it was all their environmental messages about how they really want us to connect with them and to help save the planet. And so I founded Elemental Beings Limited in 2007, and then I started having these experiences with the Dragon Kingdom. And the dragons really started to be connecting with us humans again in the run-up to the 21-12-12 shift. And now lots of people are having experiences with the Dragon Kingdom. Now, obviously, in the East, dragons have been revered for many years. But here in the West, they were sort of demonized when my son, he's 9 now, but when he was little and we were reading sort of dragon stories to him, the dragon was always the baddie, But dragons are beautiful, beautiful beings of the elemental realm, of the galactic realm, of the higher realms, of transformation, manifestation, protection, change. And so when they asked me to found the Dragon Wisdom School, I decided to make it an online school and just to provide as much free information as possible. I am writing a dragon book. I've been doing it forever. I'm definitely going to get it finished this year. And they really want us to be remembering them, to call them into our healings, into our meditations, into our spiritual manifestations, and for our earth healing. And a lot of work that I do is working with the dragons for earth healing and helping with the helping with the ley lines and activating the energy of the earth. So there's going to be an opportunity at the end of my workshop with you to ask questions. Now, I know some of you are watching me live on YouTube because that's the link I put out, but I think if you go to streamyard.com/4KXS96QHG7, you'll be able, I don't know if Lisa can maybe put that in the YouTube chat, and then a lot of my people I know will be watching on YouTube rather than on StreamYard, and I think you need to be in StreamYard to ask me a question. So what I plan to do with you tonight is to talk to you a bit about the dragons. I'm going to introduce you to working with crystal dragon skulls. As you can see, I do run an online crystal shop. I specialise in crystal skulls, dragon skulls, and I'm also going to take you on a meditation, a channeled meditation. So we'll play a bit of the Tibetan singing bowls and a bit of the shooty chimes, and you'll have a nice little meditation as well this evening too. So those who are watching on StreamYard, you can type in any questions, and Lisa will read them out to me afterwards. Okay, so let's talk dragons. Dragons are just like angels, fairies. You communicate with them through your sixth sense. Okay, so if you go onto my Dragon Wisdom School website, if you join the school, it's free. You'll get an ebook sent to you with a quiz in it. And that'll tell you, once you do the quiz, it'll tell you what's your strongest sixth sense and what way the dragons are most likely to communicate with you. So 90% of us feels, we're clairsentient, we feel energy. Then some of us are clairvoyant. I am profoundly clairaudient. I hear. And over the years, I have really developed my claircognizance. So that is just information is just downloaded through my crown chakra from the dragon realm, and I can just channel them directly now. And so, when I run my workshops, and we usually do them monthly, then it is a direct channeled transmission. I don't even hear them. The words just come out of my mouth when I am channeling their wisdom and their messages. So are dragons elemental beings? They're not actually. They are part of the Devic realm. They are what we could say nature spirits, but they're not actually tied to the element in the way that an elemental being is what allows the element to exist. You do get the different element dragons. So each page on my Dragon Wisdom School, there's a page for each dragon on my Dragon Wisdom School site. So earth dragons, fire dragons, water dragons, air dragons, ether dragons. They're what you would call the dragons attached to the elements. But you also get galactic dragons, so dragons from Sirius, Arcturus, Venus. You also get the lunar, I've done lunar dragons, solar dragon workshops, solar being the sun. You also have dragons that work with the rays. So the violet flame dragons are probably my favorites to work with. I do my violet flame workshop quite regularly. Actually, I really love the energy of the violet flame dragons. So all the workshops I do, they're recorded. You can just download them off the website anytime. But there's so many different types of dragons that are coming forward to connect with us all, especially at this time. So depending on where you are on your spiritual path, but you may have heard about the New Earth template that has been the fifth dimensional template that has been activated at the winter solstice last year. Of course, on the same day, the Aquarian age came in. And so there are more dragons making connections with us. And one of the things that I'm doing is working with those who are called to help birth these New Earth dragons. We had 150 take part in my last dragon transmission, which was just last week. If you feel this resonates for you, it's on the website. You can just download it. It was a 90-minute transmission. And that was because we, as souls, if we're drawn to work with the dragons for earth healing, it's likely that we have been dragon initiates in the past and that we are carrying codes, and we are here to help activate the sacred sites and to help birth the dragons from deep within the earth to come onto the earth to increase the frequency so we can all move more fully into fifth dimensional consciousness. So these new earth dragons, which are coming onto the planet, if they're making a connection with you, then that's fantastic. They are fifth dimensional and beyond. And there's many different dimensions. As we know, we're moving out of the third dimension consciousness, the consciousness of duality, right, wrong, good, evil, sad, happy, all that duality. And as we move into fifth dimensional conscious awareness, what we're doing is we're upgrading our bodies, we are crystallizing our matrix, we are vibrating higher, and we're having to let go of our ego. And dragons are fantastic to work with for healing, for helping you shift stuck energy in your body, for clearing miasms sons of inheritance from your ancestral line, to help you clear your past lives with the dragons as well, so that we're not carrying the emotions anymore of fear, of anger, of hurt, of jealousy, envy, and we're living in fifth dimensional consciousness of love, joy, peace, compassion. And the dragons are really wanting to support us in this time as we go on our inner transformation too, because that's what the dragons are, all about. So a lot of times people say to me, well, how do I start with my work with the dragons? Well, making friends with your guardian dragon is always a good starting place. And you might have more than one. You might have 2, 3 guardian dragons. And if you've been working with the dragons for a long time, then you could have brought through guardian dragons from past lives as well. A lot of us actually worked with the Dragon Kingdom in Atlantis. We are known as the Dragon Initiates, and we gained all this knowledge from the dragons during Atlantis, and we've come back to Earth to work with them, once again, and to reclaim that knowledge. So again, one of my other really popular workshops has been the Dragon Initiate workshop. And so, for us starting with the dragons, then your guardian dragon is the one that's closest to your vibration. Because you can overdose a bit on dragon energy if you're not used to it. It's an incredibly powerful energy and it can wipe you out. I remember when I first started to work with the dragons, for 4 days, I was really intensely working with their energy. And then I couldn't get out of bed for 3 days. This was back in 2008. But, it was my matrix just couldn't cope at that point. So I always recommend, and it's really only with the dragons that I do this, that, I recommend that people take it slow and steady at the start until you're familiarized with the energy of working with them. The best way to work with them, I find, is through guided meditation. I love guided meditation. That is what I specialize in. That is what I channel. Guided meditations, because it allows your subconscious to just take over and to remember that you're a spiritual soul here on earth, not for 3D purposes, but to be the pure essence of who you really are. And particularly at this time, we're moving to this place of self-authenticity and just letting go of anything that is not authentically ourselves, which is the programming, the conditioning, and the dragons are great for clearing away negativity. They're great for helping you with your willpower. If you're a bit of an addict, I don't know, maybe like drinking lots of coffee or alcohol, or, if you're wanting to transform your life, then, abundance dragons are fantastic. I love working with them. So really, you can call them in to help you with any area of your life. And some of the tools that I use for working with the dragons are, I love using aura sprays. Just got an example of the water dragon. I sell these in the shop. One of my friends makes them. She's really in tune with the dragons and many beings, and you just waft it around your aura. I was feeling that my emotional body, I didn't have a very good sleep last night, lots of energy going on. I did 2 hours of Kundalini yoga, went for a big walk, and then I did an hour of Tai Chi class last night. So I think I overdid it a bit much with my physical body, but it was good. It brought up lots of emotions for clearing out. And the water dragons are excellent to work with for emotional problems. The earth dragons are great to work with for the physical body and for grounding, feeling connected to the earth. Fire dragons are excellent for mental body and for energizing, and I find them really good for protection as well. The air dragons, they are great as well for just space. I find that they're so good when you just want some clarity on your thoughts or clarity of guidance. And then, of course, ether, or the void dragons as well. The ether dragons is that space within us all. And a lot of the time we don't really work with our ether element. So it's really nice to call in the ether dragons to help you as well. So, the sprays I find really helpful. And of course, I work a lot with the dragon skulls. So this one here, these ones are actually all up on the shop. My ones are all in the grids. I don't know if you can see, I've sort of got under the daffodils at the back there. It's all my crystal grids. So they're all busy working just now. But the crystal dragon skulls, this one's a lepidolite one. It connects to the violet flame dragons. This label keeps falling off. The amethyst dragons are great for, again, I've chosen 2 purple ones, but the amethyst dragons are great for the violet flame, but also for healing. You know, I work with my amethyst dragon for healing. Mine's actually not an amethyst, it's an ametrine. Oh, the love dragons. I've got a few little 1-inch ones. These ones are just £20, so it's really affordable. You know, obviously these bigger ones are like 200, but you can still be a dragon guardian with a little one like this and still have great healing experiences with them. So working with the dragon skulls is a really powerful tool for working with dragons too. As well as you can wear dragons. I don't have my dragon pendant on, but a lot of people like to wear them. Pictures up. I've got a massive picture of the first dragon that I activate as part of my earth healing. It was right on the 21-12-12 moment. I had a retreats group on Mount Schiehallion, which is it's geologically, I studied geology at university, geologically most important mountain in the world in terms of the scientific discovery from Mount Schiehallion, known as the Hill of the Fairies, which is right in the centre of Scotland. And I took a retreat group up there. We were honouring the 21-12-12 moment. It was pouring with rain, as it usually is on retreats in Scotland. And we thought we were just going to connect with the fairies, activate the ley lines. I had 2 people out in Egypt at Giza who were going to be anchoring the energy at the pyramids, the Great Pyramid in Giza. And we were, because the Schiehallion ley line runs all the way to the Great Pyramids in Giza. And yeah, so we're doing this earth healing activation. And lo and behold, I took them on the meditation journey. We all astrally went into the centre of Mount Schiehallion. And there's a beautiful sleeping golden dragon that we had to awaken. And that was the rebirthing of the golden dragons onto the planet, and all the energy flowed down through the ley line to, of course, the Stargate portal that is the pyramids of Giza. And yeah, it was a really powerful experience. And it really was my first on with a group. We've done so many retreats now to the stone circles, and of course I did one in Stonehenge. I did a dragon workshop inside Stonehenge down in the south of England as well. I've connected with dragons at Karnak in France. A lot of the work I do is with stone circles and sacred portals around the world as well. So, you know, hopefully you can all start your journeys with the Dragon Kingdom and be excited to do so. So there's so much information on the Dragon Wisdom School website about how to communicate with them, how to get messages from them, you know, so do check it out. There is a lot of information there. Excuse me. And yeah, they are incredibly beneficial allies to have as part of your spiritual team to help guide you forward. They are no nonsense, you know, they will give it to you straight. And if you call in their help, do expect change in your life. They're all about transformation and change. And so, you know, it's so important that you're open to receiving the changes that come in. And sometimes change, we're like, oh, that's a bit scary, or you're like, oh, I don't want that to happen. But, you know, we have to go through these death and rebirth cycles in order to grow as souls. And the dragons are really perfect allies for doing this sacred work. So what I thought I would do is I would do a live channeling and then take you on a little meditation journey. And then we can look at some questions that you may have. I can answer them for you. Okay. So my hairdressers have not been open in Scotland for 4 months. So my hair's getting in my face a bit because I'm due for a cut anytime soon. But yeah, we are going to just call in the dragons. So on the website, I've got so many different invocations that you can say to connect with particular dragons, to help you with different areas or issues, in your life. So you can just print them out or have a read of them anytime off of the website that you fancy. And we can see who comes forward. I'm hoping it's the New Earth Dragons, because we haven't had channeling from them, a short channeling, but not much since we did the transmission last week. But I'll just put it up there to the dragons and ask them to help us receive whatever we require to receive from this channeling from them. Okay, so in order to receive channeling, channeled messages, you don't just receive it through listening. It's not only the words that the dragons say through me, but also the tones and the frequencies they use in my voice, and any telepathic communication in any still points. So you want to listen to this channeling from your heart center, and you want to make sure you have grounded yourself, sending down your beautiful roots of light, down, 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 down. Just sending them down through the rock layer, down through the crystal layer, down through the inner cities of the earth, down through the magma layer, and down now into the beating heart of Mother Earth, spreading the beautiful golden roots of light out to anchor yourself and ground yourself into Mother Earth's loving wisdom. Okay. So I'm now just going to allow the dragons to speak through me. Greetings, greetings, greetings. It is with great honour and joy that I, Kariampha, come forward. I am a dragon of the new earth. I am one of the dragons that was birthed through the portal at Uluru in our recent transmission. As a New Earth Dragon, I am carrying the matrix of the New Earth template. And I wish to talk this evening about the old template of the Earth. The old template of the Earth has not dissolved yet. It is still in place, and many souls are living within it. But the New Earth template has been overlain. Now, there is enough light within the pineal glands of humanity for this creation of the New Earth. And the dragon's role is in the activation of the ley lines, in the activation of strengthening the template to raise the vibratory frequency of the earth. As the vibratory frequency of the earth rises, it means it is easier for souls to wake up and remember that they are not just here on earth having a 3D experience, but they are part of a vaster consciousness. And that there are many beings who may not be physically embodied, but who are living amongst you all. But of course, humanity has free will. Humanity has the opportunity to make their own choices. And more are remembering to choose connecting to the light, allowing their sixth sense to open, allowing themselves to remember their purpose. We are delighted that so many are hearing our call, who are ready to work with us in transformation and change, who are ready to work with us to birth this beautiful consciousness for Mother Earth for the trees, for the plants, for the animals, the birds, the insects, the fish. And for humanity too, to be birthed out of their inner prisons, to be able to see through the illusions of the grids, of the webs, to step out of the blindness into your own sovereignty, into your own power. So you no longer require to be led like sheep, that you can be the creators. You are the way showers. You are the activators. And we ask you to honour all this now. To recognise this deep within your heart as a truth. As a truth for all. We respect your free will. We respect your choices. But we are calling out to those who are ready to remember us, to recognise us, and to begin to work with us. Adonai. Okay, so thank you to that beautiful dragon who has come forward. So we'll just let that channeling integrate a bit, and we'll just, the words and frequencies would have been tapping into your matrix, so you'll have had a dragon download there as well. So where do we find dragons? Well, they are all over the planet. But just like the fairies and other elementals, their presence is often more noticeable in less polluted areas. Their vibration is stronger in less polluted areas, less dense humanity population areas, for the ones that are sort of tied into the earth elements. Obviously, you can call on the dragons from the multi-dimensions. They'll come to you anytime that you ask, just as an angel will come, just as any guardian will come. We have to ask. And there's certain places that it is easier to find dragons. For example, volcanoes. It's where all the fire dragons live. On the plate tectonics, then, where there are massive ley lines, you're going to get more dragons. But there's dragons in the ocean, the ice dragons, or the guardians of the ice caps and the glaciers, the metal dragons deep within the earth. And, if you're ever flying in an aeroplane or traveling on a train or a bus, even in the car, there'll be a metal dragon who is guarding you. So when I fly, not that that's happening just now, but when I get on an aeroplane, I always touch the plane, I bless it as I board, and I ask the guardian metal dragon to help us move forward without turbulence, without any issues, and to get safely to our destination with ease. So you can use them in your day-to-day life. And, and people always say, do I have a guardian dragon? Well, I always say to them, if you're interested in dragons, you've got a guardian one. Otherwise, it just wouldn't be in your consciousness to work with them. So if you've been drawn to come on a workshop or to read a book about dragons or to listen to a webinar like this one, then rest assured you have a guardian dragon that is so super excited, hoping that you will connect in with them going forward. Okay, so what I thought we would do is we could do a little meditation. This meditation, I'm going to channel it live, so I'm not sure exactly what will happen, but you could just allow yourself to relax. You might want to get a little blanket, make sure you're warm. And I don't have my full spectrum of instruments out tonight because I have about 10 crystals with 10 Tibetan singing bowls, 3 crystal singing bowls, all manner of instruments. But so if you're used to doing meditations with me, the sound healing won't be quite the quality you usually get. But we're going to just do this meditation. And what I wanted to do was a nice meditation for you to meet the dragon type that really wants to be working with you just now. So if it's water dragons that come forward, then great, you can go to my page about that and you can start working with the water dragons, maybe an earth dragon, maybe a solar dragon, whatever dragons that you come forward for you. Okay, and we'll ask them for some healing for us all just now, and we will ask that we be blessed and supported on our journey on Earth at this time. Okay, hopefully that sounds good. Okay. So just closing your eyes when you feel ready. And taking a deep breath. Allowing the sound of the heart chakra singing bowl to allow you to relax deeper and deeper and deeper. Into your subconscious. So we call upon the dragons to come forward and connect with their consciousness to us now. Asking for beautiful healing today. So taking your awareness down to your feet chakras. Just checking that your grounding roots are still anchoring you deep into the centre of Mother Earth. Grounding you and rooting you. So we ask to align our physical, mental, emotional and spiritual bodies now. Starting to see, feel, notice dragon energy coming around you. Feeling their presence. Oh, taking your awareness now to the top of your head, to your crown chakra. Opening up the crown chakra and the higher chakras in this moment, so that you can bring down fully divine source light. Down through your stellar gateway, your soul star chakra, causal chakra, your crown chakra, third eye chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus chakra, sacral chakra, root chakra, and the earth star chakra beneath your feet. As we open up our chakras, we ask the dragons to balance them now. Notice what colour they breathe into your chakras. As they now bring forward a dragon light language transmission. Hiashiakio, Himanyangatia, Siabodia, Wagadia, Hashinangea, Piatia yesihi e monuhaya kariake dihi hoanga hadia hayasihe oceane yagati e hawaii moye ue. The dragons have activated you. You agree to go on a journey with them. A dragon appears before you. This is your guardian dragon. You may know the name of your dragon. You may never have met before, but this dragon has come to take you on an adventure. You are flying with your dragon. You're journeying multidimensionally to gather wisdom, guidance, healing, and support. Some of you may have gone to a volcano, visit the fire dragons. Some of you may be high up on a mountain. Maybe you're on an ice cap. Maybe you're in a forest, or in the ocean. Maybe you're deep within the earth, in a crystal cavern with the crystal dragons. Just notice where your dragon has taken you. Here you meet more dragons. And now you have the opportunity to ask them questions, to ask for guidance, or even why you've been brought here, what they want to say to you. So allow that information to filter in to your awareness. If there's any healing you wish to receive from the dragons, just ask for it now. And if there's anything you're wishing to manifest into your life, tell them now. And when you feel ready, and that you've gathered the information you came as a soul to receive, the dragons hand you a gift now. A gift that will help you in your spiritual mission going forward. But now it is time to journey back on your guardian dragons back through the multi-dimensional space. Allowing yourself to integrate the shifts, allowing yourself to remember all the knowledge you have gained on your beautiful journey with the dragon realm. Allowing yourself, slowly and gently, to come back into your body now. And just opening your eyes when you're ready to come back round. Thank you, dragons. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, when I'm channeling, then it's like I am separate. So I go on the journey as well, although I've let a dragon take over my body. So I ended up in the sea. It's the water dragons I require to be working with at this time. And so that was lovely. I was in the beautiful ocean. It was the Pacific, which I've never been to the Pacific Ocean, which I'd love to. I studied oceanography at university as well, so I do love oceans and the sea. And I've not been able to go to the sea because Scotland's been in lockdown and I'm in a region that, well, doesn't have a beach area. So yeah, not been to the sea for 9 months. I know that if you're in the United States and you're just probably laughing if you're a middle state because you've no hope of getting to the sea. But Scotland's quite small and we can get to a beach within an hour from most places in Scotland. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed your journey. So I just would say if you're on Facebook and you're commenting, just put your name because it just comes up as Facebook users. If it's filtering through from Facebook and you want to ask me a question. So that would be helpful if you put your name if you're on Facebook commenting. So that Lisa's able to identify you when we go on to asking the questions. So
that was absolutely beautiful. I mean, magical. It was like I could feel the magic coming from Scotland.
Fantastic.
It's beautiful. Loved it. Yeah, I actually have a question from Stacia. She asks, can we call in certain dragons? I've had dragons come into my meditation, but I've never called in a dragon.
Yes, of course. Yeah, you can call anything in. As I said, on the website, there's lots of different invocations to call in particular dragons or just like you'd call in anything else. Some people like to do it through poems or invocations, or some people like to do it as chanting or singing. I just do it telepathically. I'm just like, oh, dragons, come and help me with this. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. It is powerful when you use an invocation for sure, which is why I have so many up on the website. But yeah, you can just say, I want to work with solar dragons today. And if you join my Dragon Wisdom School group on Facebook, then we sometimes put up a week where we're just doing different invocations each week and we do fun things like that and see what comes through. But yes, the answer is yes, you can call in particular and certain dragons. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Excuse me. And then Trina would like to know, what confirmations do dragons give off?
Okay, so if you mean like angels leave feathers and fairies leave coins, dragons I don't tend to find do that. They are quite regal, shall we say. They're like, you think of the kings of the community type thing. So they just expect you to know they're there with their presence. You'll just notice the power and that's enough. You know, they're not really they expect you to give them gifts rather than them giving you gifts. They're quite commanding that way and we'll say regal is the only way of describing it. I don't want to say they're aloof, but they can be a bit that way. But you'll just know from the power. You'll feel the power and think, oh, that has to be a dragon. It's such powerful energy that comes in.
One of our readers, she's a light language, and she does channeling with Arcturians all the time. And she said when the dragons come in, it's just stomp, stomp, stomp. She hears them. Yep.
Yeah. Just the power. The power is enough.
Mm-hmm. I like this question. Destine has,
Hi,
uh,
Destiny.
yeah, she,
She's one of my customers. I know Destiny.
okay, yeah, sorry. She said, having issues with false light. Can dragons blow burn them away, please?
Yeah, well, we've had many conversations about this for you, Destine, but of course, work with the Violet Flame Dragons. Dragons will assist with that, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's our own responsibility to get to the root of what is going on for us as a soul, and the dragons won't do our work for us, but they will come in as key allies. So I would work with the Violet Flame Dragons for issues with the ego in that respect, for sure.
Oh, that's good to know. Sandra would like to know, how do I find out who are my dragons?
Well, as I said earlier on, I don't know if you were listening at that point, but you know, guided meditations are an excellent way to, you know, find out. I've got a workshop, actually, a Guardian Dragon workshop. It's one of the most popular ones to download off my site, and you know, it's about well, it's just about teaching you how to meet your guardians and get information from them, but. Or you can have a channeling. A lot of people book me for dragon channelings. I've had to close them off. I've had to close them off all year. So you have to email to go onto the waiting list for a direct channeling. So I do dragon channelings. So you would get a 10 to 15 minute direct channeled message from your dragon guys about whatever they want to say to you. And you can just email Kira and she'd put you on the waiting list. info@elementalbeings.co.uk if you wanted direct information that way. But yeah, guided meditation is always a good way.
Guided meditation is wonderful. It's just opening to everything. That's how I started, I know, with my meditations. And
Yeah.
it amplifies with.
Yeah, it's all the stuff I do is guided because it was channeled. So, you know, it's bringing that energy and bringing the words and helping people to get their answers.
Yes. Aletia would like to know, do you know anything about the dragon ley line that runs from Mexico to Asia? Something like the Emperor Dragon line.
Yeah, well, I don't know much about it personally. I work with a astrology shaman who's in Guatemala. He is English, but he's got a healing center in Guatemala. He's my husband's age, so he's a pretty experienced guy. My husband's 25 years older than me, for those who don't know where is. But yeah, he's talked about it. He calls it he doesn't call it the Emperor line, but yeah, he's talked about it. It's not a line I've been called to work with, but you never know. We've got another 4 New Earth transmissions that I'll be channeling for the solstice. So we'll see about that. But yeah, if you've got a grid of it, then, you know, you can work on that with the dragons to help ramp up the energy. I live on the Billinius line, which is the longest ley line in the UK, but also Roslin Chapel, Roslin Glen is just 35 minutes north. So that's the Rose line. Often known as the Magdalene line, is quite nearby too. So yeah, I'm lucky I live near 2 famous ones. But the Rose line needs a lot more work than the Billinius line generally. That has to be pumped up quite regularly. So we do go there. Well, we'll be allowed to go there as of Friday. We get our freedom in Scotland, so we can go to the Rose line again and get some activations from there.
That's exciting. I'm so happy for you guys. And the sun's out today for you. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's coming up to dusk. We've got about another 10 minutes of daylight. So.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for spending your time with us then. I mean, that's a big thing to have the sun there.
It is in Scotland. Yeah, it's been a nice day. I was at a labyrinth today, which I helped birth into that summer solstice 2013. And I haven't been for many years. And I took my son there and we did some work with the dragon skulls and the crystal phoenixes and the crystal skulls just to activate it. And yeah, it was good. Nice in the sun.
Oh my goodness. Mine just blown. I wish I lived there. I really do. I'd be hanging with you.
It is beautiful. Scotland is very beautiful. You should all definitely come and visit.
And I saw Nellie Mack, my reader that I was talking about that's in the group. She's in here. So I don't know where she's moving in Scotland, but I did tell her, Nellie, that you're moving there. You're so lucky. Okay. Yeah. Trina, she had another question. She said, do the dragons share if they are living dragons anywhere?
Well, I don't really know what do you think they mean by that? Living dragons.
I'm not sure. Do you mean are there any living dragons anywhere, Trina?
Like you mean ones that are like location dragons? Yeah, they do share, but you usually have to give them offerings, or you have to make a relationship with them.
Okay.
So, you would take them an offering, or just like a guardian of the land, you would go and do your shamanic offerings to them. And then they'll reveal themselves, usually within a sacred mountain or an energy portal. There'll definitely be dragons. Like I said, I did a dragon activation in Stonehenge, done them at Calnash Stone Circle on Lewis, Ring of Brodgar up in Orkney. That was summer solstice 2018. So yeah, there are, if you mean living within the earth, I think I know what you mean. Hopefully that answers it.
Wild. That is wild. I'm not sure if this is really a question, but James says, Orange Dragon took me to a cave in a mountain, healing to the heart. That's beautiful, James.
Oh, in the meditation. That's wonderful.
That's beautiful. And I think Stephanie said the same thing. She met her dragon. I'm trying to see. I'm just scrolling through here. Yes, she said, this is Steph. He landed in a clearing in a forest. He was green and gold and gave me a bell and a scroll. Wow.
Oh, well, bells are great for space clearing, and a scroll, just go, tonight when you're going to your bed, or if you've got time to meditate, just read what was on the scroll, unravel it and see what it said. If you get a scroll, it's information.
That's wonderful. Dips says, any particular one for guided meditation? That's a good question.
Sorry, I don't really know any particular one for guided meditation. We've just done a guided meditation there with the dragons.
Yeah. So, do you mean, Dips, to connect with the dragons? Any particular guided meditation to connect?
Oh, I've got 500 meditations on my website. There's free ones as well, and there's the workshops you can download. There's loads on the dragonwisdomschool.org.
Okay. Wow, Alicia. Alicia says, I've been having the appearance of a very bright violet spot of color in my mind's eye when I do readings or in meditation. It's much more prominent than anything else I've ever seen. I think it's a violet dragon, but I'm never sure if it's giving me a message or just trying to boost my sensitivity or receptivity. Does this sound like dragon stuff?
Yes, that could possibly definitely be a dragon, and usually they do that if it's when you're reading or meditating, because they want you to notice them and they want to say something to you. So have you asked it what it is, why it's there? You probably have, but that could be the dragons trying to make connection with you. So see what they have to say.
And not so much a question, but Aledia says, thank you. Scotland is on my radar. I'm definitely called to visit that land with so many old memories.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, well, once our borders open, because we can't even go to England at the moment. The border's been closed now for 6 months. So, and you can't fly in and out of Scotland unless you've got special reasons. At the moment, you can get into England and drive up, I suppose, but the border's closed, so you're not allowed to do that. So yeah, once everything opens up, I wouldn't advise coming any sooner because, nothing's open, but yeah.
Right. Oh my goodness. Oh, Ian asked, do water dragons breathe out etheric fire?
Yes, they do. Just like any other dragons, they do.
Wonderful. And if anyone else has any other questions, please pop them in the comments because you guys are bringing on the questions, some great questions. Just looking through here real quick. Dragons living in 3D. Not sure if they're asking a question. Alicia says dragons living in 3D. Not sure
dragons at one point did live in 3D form, like a dinosaur, and they chose to leave the earth. I mean, you do get little lizards that look like dragons as well, and the salamanders are quite dragon-like too, but there's no physical 3D dragons anymore on the planet.
Okay. Trina does ask, do you sense Hawaii has dragons?
Oh, it's got loads.
It's
volcanoes.
Yeah.
So I've got a guardian fire dragon from Hawaii. I studied volcanoes as my dissertation at university. I spent a month wild camping in Iceland. But I would have loved to have gone to Hawaii, but the university couldn't afford to send us all the way across the Atlantic and then the Pacific. So yeah, we got to go to Iceland. But yeah, anywhere there's volcanoes, there's lots of dragons for sure.
Wow. And then Gaia asked, and I think this might be something that you would do as a one-on-one, can you talk to my dragons?
Yes, I can do that. And that's what I do in my one-to-one sessions. Yep. If you book a dragon channeling, then yeah, you would get
Yes.
that.
And for
You
everyone,
can ask up to 3 questions in the channeling, and then I record them and then send them off. I'm just really quite busy, so I can't, I had stopped doing my one-to-one lives because I just got swamped and I just got far too busy. So I just do direct channelings now. I don't do the hour healing anymore because I just have I get so many bookings. It's quite, it's a bit overwhelming. So yeah. I mostly do group stuff because then I can help hundreds at a time. Whereas, obviously, but I do the one-to-ones. You just have to go in the queue now.
Yeah. So I was going to say for everyone that's listening on the podcast, please check out the website. And also, I think you mentioned you had a group as well.
Yeah, so I have the Dragon Wisdom School group on Facebook. There's about 2,500 members in that one. And that's where I post up my events, any channelings I get from the dragons, any competitions. I also do weekly skull healings. So sometimes it's a dragon skull. I've got big 10-inch dragons as well. They're amazing. So, they do group healings too. So all that is, you get to know all about that in the Dragon Wisdom School group.
Okay. Let me see. I think you have maybe just a couple, like 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Because I know you're very busy.
It's fine. My husband's back now, so he can do the bedding tonight. So
I like how you think. Dips would like to know, what sort of work do dragons want? I think they mean us to do.
Okay. Well, I mean, in terms of the earth healing, then, living consciously, so really like walking the talk, if you know what I mean. I don't drink alcohol, haven't done for many years. Mm-hmm. I eat organic as much as possible. Like I really do. I drive a hybrid car. I can't get all electric here because we just can't do the mileage. But, living as ethically as you can to protect the environment, doing the meditations, the prayers for them, having ceremony where you give offerings to Mother Earth. It's about living in co-guardianship with all of nature and with all of the energies and really, living your truth,
Yes. Oh, okay. We have, I'm not sure who, let me see who asked this one. Facebook, they don't show you who it is, so I have to go check. Oh, Alicia asked again. Why do volcanoes and dragons go together? I think I know, actually. I'm surprised that dragons would try to contact someone like me who's so claircog dominant.
Okay, well, obviously volcanoes, fire, magma, like fire dragons, where else are they going to live that's a permanent home? We don't have permanent fire on the planet anywhere except inside a volcano. And well, if you're profoundly claircognizant, then of course they're going to speak to you because that means that you're just getting downloaded with psychic information all the time. So yeah, that's just an ego, part of your ego that's putting you down, really, isn't it? I'm surprised the dragons would like to contact someone like me. That you want to look at that aspect of your self-worth and how you value yourself. And, it's a derogatory way to view yourself. So, that's something you could ask the dragons to help you with self-image and self-confidence and self-love going forward.
I just wanted to say, I don't see any other questions, guys, and great questions. Thank you for asking. Trina says, during your meditation, my dragon took me to see the earth and see what's happening. That is I love that. Yeah, Trina's in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. Oh, brilliant. I've got a few Hawaiian customers. Yeah. And they work a lot with the dragons because, I suppose it depends what island you live on, but they are volcanic islands. So all the islands are born out of the volcanoes from the tectonic plates there. So, it's definitely an active place. And where do the new Earth codes get birthed onto the planet? They get birthed from the volcanoes. because it's the volcanoes that make the new Earth physically. That's why there's been so much volcanic activity after the equinox, because she's creating new Earth and anchoring the codes with all the volcanoes that are kicking off.
Right. That's wonderful. I just want to thank you so much for taking your time. This has just been so mind-blowing.
Oh, that's okay. It's getting dark now because obviously I said it was dusk and we only had to put another 5 minutes of darkness. But that's why it's progressively getting darker. I don't have a light on. But yeah, it was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And feel free to get in touch with me, especially I'm Alphedia Arara Kenchington on Facebook. I'm on that a lot. I'm Alphedia_channel on Instagram. And obviously through the Dragon Wisdom School, you can contact me or my Elemental Beings page. Sign up to both of them. And, I'll just enjoy connecting with you all.
Thank you. And I hope we can have you back again sometime. I know you're
Yes, that'd be great. There's so many topics I can talk on. Dragons are a big part of my life, but a small portion of all the... so I've got a Syrian transmission tomorrow night. I'm channeling the Syrians. If MD wants to do a transmission, a 90-minute transmission tomorrow night, we're doing the Syrian codes of illumination. So apparently 13,000 of us came onto Earth to carry these Syrian codes of illumination. You don't have to be an incarnate Syrian. I'm an Arturian incarnate on Earth, but obviously I've studied lots in Syria. So we're doing this activation tomorrow, so that's this time tomorrow night, actually 7:00 tomorrow. So that's on my elementalbeings.co.uk, and you never know, the Syrian dragons might come through. That would be fun. So
excellent. Is that going to be through your group or the
no, so you sign up on the website. It's £25 energy exchange, and you'll get a Vimeo link sent to you with some worksheets as well, and tomorrow. And so we'll do it live on Vimeo. And if you can't do it live for whatever reason, I call everybody who wants to be part of the live's energies in at the start, and the audio files and the video recording will be sent out to you the next day so that you can do it whenever it's convenient for you.
Wonderful. I am there. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alphedia. Thank you again for being here. We are so happy you came today. Everybody was talking about dragons. And I'm like, she's here today. So thank you. And again, thank you everybody for showing up. Thank you to the replay watchers that are just catching us, and wherever you are, day or night, hope you're having a blessed day or night, and take care. Bye, guys.
Lots of love.
Bye.